Hello everyone. Hello all my fellow Altschoolers. I decided to do this quick tutorial to prepare us for what Altschool is going to be throwing at us in the coming months. We've already been divided into circles, and it is expected that we'll work together, that is to collaborate. I'm going to use simple terms as most of us are is our first time with these terminologies. So I'm just going to break it down as much as possible. I'm not going to be talking much. I'm going to be showing us a few things to help us prepare for what is coming. So we'll be making use of Git. Now you'll be wondering, what is Git? Git is an open source version control. In simple terms, it helps us to track our code. Let me put it that way. All the codes we'll be writing, all the projects we'll be writing, Git will help us to track it. With time, you understand why it is important that we keep tracks of our code, especially when we make changes. For example, if you were building a website for a client and they needed to make adjustments, you were already done with the job and you sent it over to them, you've hosted it, and they needed to make some adjustments. And then after making the adjustment, they said, okay, we don't like this, we want to make another adjustment. Now you have to come and work on it again. And probably, what if they say they want the previous initial adjustment? You might need to work and recode it again, hard code everything again. So what Git help us do is to keep track of each version. That's why it is called version control. So, but this is the basic I will be explaining. Git help us to make changes, keep tracks of our files and project and everything. Now, you can't enjoy Git if you don't know about GitHub. So this is GitHub. If you want to download Git, we'll be setting up Git. So you can come to this, website here, gitscm.com/downloads. When you come there, you'll be able to download Git. Now this is GitHub. You can go to github.com, and when you get to github.com, you set up an account using your email address and the username. I already set up an account and I already downloaded Git on my machine, on my system. For Windows, click on this for Windows. Then if you want to download for Mac OS or Linux, you can use any of the links here. But I already installed mine. I already set up my working environment, but I'll still walk us through it. So when you're done installing your Git, you quickly go to GitHub and then you install, you sign up rather, sorry. I already signed up, so I will just have to sign into GitHub. So when you sign in, put in your username or your email address and password, and then you sign in. So since you know your username and your password, let's quickly head and set up our uh, our working environment with Git. So quickly, you open your terminal. You're on Windows, you can, there's a shortcut, but you can easily do cmd, and then you click on this command prompt. So now you are on your command prompt. Let us set up our Git. Now if you've installed Git, you want to check actually if Git was installed, you can do git dash dash. Let me zoom in my screen so that everybody sees what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So you do git dash dash version. The git is not a git command. Sorry, that was an error. You do git. I did git twice. Dash dash version. Okay, so I have 2.33, but I think the latest version is 2.36. So I have git on my machine now. So when you're done installing and you run git dash dash version, you get the version that shows that you've successfully installed git on your machine. Now the next thing we need to do is to set up our git, and to do that is very easy. We'll run two commands. The first one is git config dash dash global username username user.name. Okay, then you type in the username. My username is you do github underscore your username. You hit enter. Mine is capital well, and then you hit enter. But I won't be hitting enter as I've already set up mine. So after you hit enter, you repeat the same command and do user.email. Then you put in the email address you use for setting up your GitHub. Okay, you hit enter. When you do this, you can check if actually you were able to set up your details by still doing the same command, git config username user.name. Sorry, I keep calling it username. So you see mine was already set up. That is why you see my username written here. So I can still do git config to check for the email user.email. I hit enter. You see my email address. So that is for setting up your git. Now when you're done setting up your git, you are now ready to collaborate. But there are some little commands, some commands you need to learn, like to access a particular directory. Directory is like a folder. So I want to access my desktop. I can do cd. That is cd. You want to go to that directory, desktop. So it takes me to my desktop. I can decide to check the list of items I have in my desktop. I can do ls. Okay, I think we'll stop here. I don't like using it. So guys,